Hi people. So I intend this video to be a sort of to serve as hopefully useful advice, and I strongly recommend from the outset if you're planning to travel to the Far East and like me, you are a person who takes lots of pictures when you travel for memories, for interests, etc. Um, do pay attention because this is a mistake I made and it's very frustrating, and it's to do with memory cards. So to cut a long story short, I took thousands of pictures during my time in China. I was there 2 years ago, late 2018 to early 2019, as a teacher. But I traveled extensively there. I had a lot of good experiences, a lot of good memories. And basically, the last, let's say, roughly third or quarter of my time there, I got a new memory card because the two memory cards I got in the UK were full. Now, this is the memory card. It's Kingston, so it's a Western brand. Um, 16 GB ostensibly, but basically, uh, the quality is terrible of the photos. When I tried to look at them, I'll show you what I mean. I've got this little device which is great. It kind of enables you to slot the memory card in as such so that you can put it into a portal like that if you've got that sort of portal. So I'm going to show you on the screen what the result is. So basically, that memory card I've just showed you, I got that in a market in the city of Kaili where I was working, Kaili, Guizhou province, and a colleague kindly helped me to find it. It's not her fault, and I don't even blame the guy that sold me it because I think this comes down to the fact that a lot of young Chinese people don't take photos on cameras as I do, but on the phone. It's much like in the West, and therefore these sort of devices just aren't sold extensively. I mean, it was quite hard for my friend to find the place. But this is the result. Okay, so I'm going to do open folder with a few files. Now, bear in mind, there's about 7,000 pictures on this, so it's a lot of memories, a lot of Okay, and this is what comes up when I press to look at the files. Now, as you can see, the first few pictures come out, at least in the thumbnail. If I scroll down, you'll see what I'm talking about. Pretty much, I'd say about half of the pictures just aren't even there. So I'm going to show you this, and you're balancing my laptop here. So as you can see, it's maybe even more than half. That's appalling. And that's frustrating. I can see what those pictures are. I know what the occasions were. That's memories. That's some good photos. It's frustrating, very frustrating. See if I can, I'll show you the first picture and I'll show you what happens here. Sometimes when I do a slideshow, it's a little bit more effective, but look at this. So the first picture, okay, so that's myself. That is actually the supermarket where I bought the memory card. That's okay. But look what happens when I go to the next picture. We see here it says drawing failed. And that's pretty much the experience I've had with this memory card. I don't know why I didn't notice at the time. Or maybe I did and I sort of dismissed it. I thought it was, I don't know. Not that there's much I could have done out there, really. Maybe I could have got my colleague to sort of translate to the guy that it wasn't working, could I have my money back? That's easier said than done over there. Um, but suffice to say, I have a lot of pictures on this card and they're just corrupted because it's low quality. Now, that was 16 GB, and if you bear with me, I'm multitasking with my hands here. 16 GB, Kingston. Here's another Kingston, which I got in the UK, 4 GB. I think I got it in Boots. I used that the first time I went to China. That's got several thousand photos as well. And they're fine. Nothing wrong with them. They all come out. In fact, I'll see if I could show you. So the message here I'm trying to drive in is, if you can, avoid buying memory cards in the Far East because the quality of them just is not good in my experience. Now, it may be that this was a one-off fluke. I doubt it. I think it's just the quality of the product, to be honest, or of the products in general over there with this sort of camera equipment. Okay, so this is that other Kingston I showed you that I got in the UK. As you can see, that's some rural pictures I took on the train. Fine, nothing wrong with those at all. Good quality, lots of memories. So I'm grateful that I do have something. This is a good picture actually. This little boy was fascinated by me. As I was on a bus journey, he kept looking back, and yeah, that's some of the mountains, limestone karst mountains that you get in the south of China. Anyway, good photos. But basically, the other ones, that's like 7,000 pictures, pretty much down the drain. I'm honest, I'm tempted to just delete the whole lot, or even throw that card away because the attempts to try to look at it proved too stressful. Now, I've got a while back, I was taking some pictures. I forget what the subject was, but on a new camera, Vivitar. Well, new for me. I got this on eBay secondhand. I've no complaints. It does what it does, but you pay for what you get, and it is only 5 megapixels. It's a nice little camera. I mean, it's good condition to be secondhand, and it does what it does. But one disadvantage with this, incidentally, I bought it because my other camera, my main camera, as you can see, the shutter's a little bit broken. The lock for the batteries. So I was browsing through pictures on this and I accidentally pressed delete photos. Now, unlike this camera, the Canon, there was no sort of second option of, are you sure you want to delete the photos? It just happened. And I had like, oh, it must have been 1,000 pictures just deleted. So I thought, not again, you know. So I browsed the internet and I found a site called Stellar Photo Recovery. I think it was £45 I paid. That's a yearly cost, and it included photo recovery and photo repair. Now, does it work? Yes and no. Yes, it recovered my photos. What you do is you put in the card to your computer, you press that, and it just goes through it. It's relatively straightforward. It's not difficult to use. Um, it recovered them, but it shows me the thumbnails rather than the whole picture. So in a sense, it recovered. I can see the thumbnails, but I can't see the whole picture. I also paid for photo repair. Well, I've tried to do that with some of these China pictures on this one. And again, it does repair them, but only in thumbnail format. So I don't know what that's about. I'm going to maybe email stellarrecovery.com and find out why it is that all the recoveries and all the repairs just come up in thumbnail format. They're coming through. They are recovering what was lost, but thumbnail format's a bit useless. So that's a little bit frustrating. But yeah, that's my travails with files. I think that's a real word. With corrupt memory cards. So my advice, if you're going to China, for goodness sake, get all your memory cards in the UK or the US because the quality will be much better. And I think the reason is because people in China who take photos probably know that the quality is bad, therefore they do it all on the cameras. Um, yeah, it's irritating. It is. Even with the photo recovery, I don't really have much of a solution. So I think that's it forever. They're gone. But you learn in life, and if you're traveling to the Far East, China, I mean, to be fair, probably that wouldn't happen in Japan or South Korea because they're great digital hubs. So, I don't think it would be the same situation there. I can't speak for other countries. I can't speak for Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia, etc. But I imagine it would be a similar issue. But yeah, just be aware of that. Because I did have other memory cards, which I got in the UK in Boots. And the irony is they're all made in China anyway, as you can see, maybe made in China. But those that are exported to the UK seem to be better quality, probably because our market has stringent rules on what works and what doesn't. Whereas what's sold over there, maybe it's just that the marketing is less strict. I don't know what the reason is. But basically, the cards that I got in the UK were fine. Got a lot of pictures, thankfully. But unfortunately, it does mean that the final stage of my adventures over there is lost. Not in my memory, but in my yeah visual record. So it's unfortunate. But anyway, that's something to take away. If you're traveling, please get and you get memory cards. I suppose in an emergency you can get one locally, but just be aware that the quality might not be great. What I would recommend if you do buy a local memory card, try not to take too many pictures on it because it may be the problem I've had is that this is not really 16 GB. It may be a lot less, and I was taking too many pictures trying to cram them onto this, and that corrupted them. I don't know. It may be that if I took just say a few hundred pictures, which of course I wasn't going to do because I didn't know this would happen, but if I did, it might be that they all turned out okay. I'm going to try one more thing, which is to delete a lot of these, like a lot, and see if that makes any difference. I don't think it will, but anyway, you learn. You learn. If you're getting one of these, try to get, I'd say, a couple at least in the UK. Probably in Boots, you'd pay. I can't remember. I got one of these on eBay. But I made sure it was coming from the UK, and I think I paid 4.99, something like that. But it's well worth it if you've got a lot of space and you take a lot of pictures, as I do. Okay, hope that's helpful if you're traveling, and yeah, please do bear that in mind. Cheers.